Okay, basically, flow chart of what we normally do as like a bird's eye view. I'm not gonna list everything. This is this list is actually more for me as my guideline on how to talk to you guys. So if the question is you want to set up your own SOC, you want to set up your own to protect your own organization, whether they be your home or your parents' business or your new employer, right? Always the very first thing, the very first checklist we have, we use is the ISO 27002. The one yung this is the PDF that I gave you guys dati. The one where I did over Zoom. So that one has all the controls that you need to go through. And then you pick and choose which of those controls are applicable to you. So how do you pick which is appropriate, which you can use or not? The first thing you do is you always plan, or sorry, you take into consideration the business context. For sure, if you are running a restaurant business, then and you only run one address, then your business risk is very small. Then you look at what type of data are you processing in your environment. You have personal information, which are the names of your customers, especially sa reservations or could be mga birthdays. And then if you take credit cards, then you'll have addresses, credit card numbers, and so on and so forth. Then you also have birthdays because of the senior citizen discount. You take their ID. You look at their birth dates, their age, and so on and so forth. Nakalagay din kumisan. You also take into consideration medical information because if they have allergies, right? So you have to have disclaimers. So automatically, the regulations, ando doon yung PCI DSS, Payment Card Industry Security Standard, or PhilHealth, or the allergies, data privacy because of the personal information, and so on and so forth, right? So you take that and you get an idea, and also you take into consideration din pala yung financial statement ng restaurant. How much are you earning? How much did you spend to renovate? How much did the investors spend on it? So now you'll have a very good idea on how much the business is worth. If you know the business is worth and the amount of regulations that are required to comply with, plus yung fines, yung millions of pesos of fines for violations of data privacy, ganun din yung sa payment card industry. Meron din silang fines if you suffer a data leak and the credit card is hacked. You also get fined for that. So, ang dami ng ganyan na iisipin. So, those are the business risks. Then you already have an idea of what is your ceiling for a budget na kailangan yung gamitin to the controls. Then afterwards, you identify what are the assets you have. So let's say you have your web server to advertise your food, your menu. Sometimes you have those silly QR codes, right, for the menu, which I find annoying. So kailangan mo ng internet connection, then you have a web server, or if you outsource to Facebook, your marketing, may bayad din yon, right, for your ads. So you identify the assets you want to protect, then you do the protection, and then after you know how to protect them, you make sure that you have the tools to detect any attack in your network. And when I say in your network, it's not just the computers or the Android or the point of sale systems or the web servers, but it is also your own mobile phones, the mobile phones of the business owners, more often than not kasi, the biggest threat to the business is the business owners. Business owners are not stupid. It's just that their goal of the business owner is to run the business, to make the business profitable. So they cannot think of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity for them is a distraction. And that's why you have job security. Kasi that's your job, to secure them. Right? So then for the detection, you can employ tools like yung pfSense for the firewall. That's free. You can employ yung SIEM, like Wazoo, to monitor the computers. You can employ on the pfSense, actually pfSense pa lang, yung firewall, you can use intrusion detection systems like Snort. Or, depende on what side of, it's either Snort or Suricata, the intrusion detection systems, right? And then to block yung mga ads, Pi-hole. Right? So, marami kayong pwedeng gawin. And then, of course, for the entire organization, yung asset and data cataloging, there's contracts. Then there is data sharing agreements, non-disclosure agreements, the legal stuff, yung agreements with the vendors, agreements ninyo with marketing people, yung mga tinatawag na activations. Sometimes kasi to promote their restaurant. Let's say you want to be featured in ANC as one of those restaurants that they will feature for their TV show. You contact them, you share details with them, and so on and so forth. You need an NDA, you need all those legal agreements. So that's part of the organizational thing. And then supplier, then you have incident response. What do? You have to have a plan on what to do just in case your restaurant is hacked. It could be as simple as, for example, yung hacking would be somebody, accidentally dropping off a USB. And this is a big, wow, libre USB. And you plug it into your computer, and then your entire network gets malware. What do you do? Pag nangyari yun? So you have to have an incident response plan. And then, of course, playbooks and lessons learned. Then there's the people. Do not think for once na pagka nakagraduate kayo, you stop learning. No. Every day, lalo-lalo na sa field ng cybersecurity, in the morning, you read the news. In the afternoon, you talk with your peers. In the evening, you read the news again. What's happening? You're always trying to be alert on what's going on because the next target may be you. So you're always being alert. And then also, kasama nyo sa budget ninyo is training. You always have to allocate training because the computers are useless if there's a stupid human behind it. Because the AI is only as good as the prompt. So the AI depends on you to be skilled in what you do. Kasi the AI is not going to be the primary thinker. The AI just augments you. It's just a co-processor. It's just something to assist you. It's just Google on steroids. Google search on steroids. That's what an AI is. Instead of reading so many Google search returns, you just ask AI what is the best answer from all those Google searches. That's all it is. And don't also be dependent on the AI for programming. Like a couple of days ago, there is a publication by a research company called CrowdStrike. Ever heard of them? Okay. They found out that although DeepSeek is one of the best AI coding tools or assistants out there, it's also one of the best liars. it will tell you it has developed secure code, wherein it does not. It actually lies to you and it tells you, oh, okay na yan. Unhackable na yung source code natin, where in fact, after auditing the source code, it's not. It's full of bugs. Remember, like it or not, we have geopolitical tensions with China. And it's in their interest to hack us as the Philippines so we could be subverted for their political ends. That's how communists work. So it's a fact. And in the government, all of us are told that the potential for war may happen mid-2027. When China invades Taiwan, there will be 200,000 Filipinos that will be hostage in Taiwan. The Philippine military will have to respond to rescue them, as well as yung sa Ayungin Shoal, sa Fiery Cross Reef, our settlements there, the people will die there, lahat ng mga war simulations. My point is, we cannot trust DeepSeek because of their source, because it has a lot of propaganda, and DeepSeek is not the only AI. Meron din yung Qwen, and so on and so forth. So, again, it's really up to you to be the expert, only to be augmented by the proper AI. So yun yung people think. Hindi lang kayo bibili ng computers, also have to budget for training. One more side thing. Kanina na pag-usapan yung SANS. SANS is one of my favorite teaching institutions. It's an American thing. I'm a veteran of that. And pero ngayon ang mahal na nila. Like $10,000 per week. That's $500,000 pesos ang training. But they're good. If you can afford SANS training, they're one of the best in the world. So sama niyo yung training dyan. And then, of course, awareness and so on and so forth. Then physical theme, hindi lang, yung physical theme is, yan yung part sa SOC na you worry about locked doors, having a clean desk all the time, and having CCTVs. Funny story. So, like, I guess about 7 years ago, when Union Bank bought Export Bank, so we were hired, my company was hired to audit before Union Bank accepts the facilities of export banks, gusto nilang malaman kung ano yung liabilities. And one of the things that we were to audit were the physical controls. I like that part. It makes me smile kasi they had all these impressive fobs, yung mga NFC key cards. And then, kung hindi gumana yung NFC na pinatap, then there's the numbers, right? You know how I broke in? Hinawakan ko yung glass door, I tugged it. Bumigay yung metal lock. So nakapasok ako sa loob. And then, hindi pa kapaniwala yung auditor, she closed it. And then she tried to tug. Naman, yung difference namin is like me and her. I'm 225 pounds. I can easily lean on the door, the metal lock bumigay. Yun. So, importante rin yung physical security. That's why we also talked about this. And then, lastly, but not least important, is the technology tree. Kanina, tinatanong, you're stressed out by what you're learning right now will be obsolete by tomorrow. That's correct. iPhone 17 ngayon, next year, iPhone 18. And then kung ano man yung skills mo na inaalam how to secure iPhone 17 may be obsolete by next year. So, it's a fact of life. You will always be trying to learn stuff. Do not stress yourself out worrying about the technology for tomorrow. Ang importante is you know the foundations right now. Like for example, Python. Python. It may sound simple, it's been around for decades. But Python kasi is very basic tool. We use it a lot in forensics, and we also definitely use it for AI stuff. So importante in Python. Python, what, 20 years ago? I think, I forgot how long I've been using Python. Pero it's still I believe it will still be used for 20 more years at least. So if you know the foundations today, mag-practice kayo. I mean, just do stuff. Get a second-hand computer. Buy a second-hand cell phone. Install Graphene OS or install a Linux-based operating system on your phone. Do not be afraid to fail while you're learning because you will not have time to do that pag nag-grow up na kayo. Ano ba tawag doon? Yung adulting. Diba? Do not be afraid. Because if you're an adult, you have your own jobs na, you will always be worried about the schedule ng boss ninyo, yung project management, the bills to pay, yung kuryente, yung telepono, your apartment. Goodness knows, I don't know how magkano na ngayon yung bahay. If you're going to be talking about that. But college is the time for you to learn. College is the time for you to, to learn from each other. I just learned today na iba sa inyo introvert, iba sa inyo extrovert. Iba sa inyo marunong gumawa, iba sa inyo magaling magbenta. Pero hindi kayo nag-uusap dahil nagkakahiyaan kayo. You need each other. Kasi introverts like me find it very difficult to sell stuff. It's just that, I'm at my point of my career na medyo a lot of people know me that they reach out to me directly na. But my point is, learn to network with each other. Okay, magkahiyaan, use each other's strengths and weaknesses to cover up for your weakness. Okay? A perfect example yung kanina. One wants to be a digital forensic examiner. One wants to be a developer. One is good with AI. One is good with tinkering with the little details like log files, like the use of tools, and so on and so forth. So, ang suggestion ko kanina, the AI developer work with a forensics practitioner using purely 100% open source tools. Buy and sell computers. Kung makagawa kayo ganon, easy, 2 million pesos per box. Kasama na doon yung, let's say, 4090 or 5090. Actually, hindi mo kailangan ng 5090. You just need a 4080 with at least 16 gigabytes of DRAM and sell it for 1 million. No, it's a very. The problem was that we have a person who is trying to solve one problem. The other person is trying to figure out what business to do. So by combining both parameters together, you come up with a 2 million pesos. Now, yung kailangan nyo na lang ngayon is an extrovert. Yung extrovert, siya gagawa ng brochure, siya gagawa ng webpage, siya yung kakausap sa government, gagawa ng pabidding, at magbibenta ko. Did I tell you, when we were in CICC, her budget was 480 million pesos per year. Half of them were spent on digital forensics equipment. At least half or 300 million. 300 million pala, sorry. There you go. So that's how big the market is. And that's just one agency.
What agency?
Yes, that's just CICC with 300 people. The Philippine National Police has about 150,000 people. NBI has about 10,000 people. DICT has about 2,000 people.
DICT also
Yes.
same stuff.
And then there's other agencies. So there's CICC for digital forensics. Then there's the Philippine National Police, the Anti-Cybercrime Group. Then there's the NBI Cybercrime Division. May bago na hindi pa nila ginagawa. Magbubuo pa lang ng digital forensics team. The Supreme Court Marshals. The Marshals, their job is to investigate and protect the judges. So bago yun, Marshals. And then, sino pa ba? The military. Sa military nila, you have the ISAF, the intelligence arm, and then the military intelligence group. And then Army have their ISG, or their internal security group. The Navy has their NISF. The Army has the AIS wing, Air Force Intelligence Services wing. And then on top of that, you have the NICA, the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency. Then the advisor of the president is for the National Security Council. So maraming requirements. It's not just a commercial. So yung mga sumagot na gustong pupunta sa government, I load you, yes, mataas ang requirement. But, politics. Huwag kayong sasaw-saw sa politics. There will always be somebody who is pro Duterte, pro Marcos, pro Lenny, pro Magsaysay.
Or pro themselves, they may be
Pro themselves.
sign.
Yes. So yun. I hope I answered the question.
So, yeah, so if we, if, yun na nga, I will go back to this high-five. If the, if projects, this high-five, like to put up their SOC. What is on the top of your mind, things that, the ones we put up or Binyod should know? That they should this be connected to all the units of, on a bigger scale? Now remember, guys, I told you, when you're trying to put anything, it's from big to small, left to right, 0 to 100, A to Z, right? So there's always a correct flow. So on the assessment of Binyod being connected to all the other, should it be connected to all the other units of, or should it be created on itself and federated later on? Okay, mga ganyan.
Good question. Depends. If I were the CIO, because I have the skills, and I have to do so, I will connect everything and have one unified picture. We call it in the industry, we call it the single window, meaning one monitor, one dashboard. You can see have the visibility of everything. You can have little graph that say, oh, si Benil Rizal, mababa compliance, high risk. Pero si Benil Taft, tumataas compliance. So you can have dashboards for risk assessments. Actually, banks do that. In the banking industry, they have CAMELS rating. Well, they call it CAMELS, capitalization, assets, management, and stuff like that. But they have those dashboards. And then you can drill down. Parang pinakita ko kanina yung Wazoo. You can actually drill down from the entire organization, then drill down to the computer, then drill down to what are the services running, what are those applications that are running, and so on and so forth. So, for me, yes. But, depende kung hindi kaya ng budget or ng skills, then you can have multiple separate SOCs.
What makes it for businesses and how use it? Because there are some businesses na very secure, but then so I guys, like I know. So what makes one stand out?
Right.
Another reason people don't what I can. Even though, it's contradictory, for you, very big still also great to marry. So, it makes them, that's pretty.
Wazoo is, I highly recommended Wazoo today because it's perfect for this setup. It's perfect for students. It's perfect for startups. I mean, it's perfect kasi it does a lot of things that you will normally find in a commercial software. And yet it's free. And yet it's private. And yet you don't have to give your data to the cloud. So it's perfect for this situation. But you're right, it's not perfect. It can have vulnerabilities on its own. It can have issues, right? That's where you need to purchase their technical support para for patches. And then there are some people who do not like open source. It's open source is a para sabihin woke, hindi siya woke. It's open source is a paradigm na hindi na lahat naiintindihan, especially the older people. The older people kasi they think na if they buy something branded or mahal, that they'll get the money that they're paying for. Actually, no. Look at Microsoft Defender. Ba? It's commercial. Pay for it. May co-pilot pa nga na pumalit kay Clippy. I hate that thing. But is it the best? Of course not. Wazoo outshines it. But people buy it because they like it. Or Microsoft Office. I use only Office or LibreOffice. But a lot of people will buy the Microsoft Office 365 because they like having contracts. They like the pag meron. It's all about accounting din eh. Kasi if you buy something and it's OPEX, it's tax deductible. So accountants like that. Pagdating sa open source, there's no tax deductions. So they don't like it. So it's a lot of corporate or tax issues, and it's also the old mentality that commercial stuff are always the best. It's a different philosophical thing. In fact, some would argue that commercial software is actually slower in patching than open source software. There are a lot of times insecure. And problema pa sa commercial software, they give you a false sense of security. You think you're okay when you're not at all. I could go all day about Microsoft. So Wazoo is perfect for your environment because it's free and it's commercial grade, and a lot of your professors are actually using it to sell services to their own clients when they're not here doing teaching. It's open source.
You can do anything. I tendered out an LMS for the CICC. You know what they did? They won it for 5 million pesos. And guess what? They use Moodle, which is open source. And they just got some plugins na mura, libo-libo lang. And I was actually paying for them maintaining and creating the UI. Yeah. So ang laki ng kinita nila. And they were young guys like you. They're 20-plus-year-old guys. So, nasa sa inyo yon but you have to be very open to whoever you're saying to that you are going to use open source for reasons of perpetuity. I think that's a good reason. And even when I was in study abroad for cyber, people in Harvard were really pushing for open source. Because our teachers were from MIT, sorry, magagaling ng Harvard sa IT and cyber. Talagang we have to get it out. We have to outsource the IT part in Harvard to get it from MIT. So don't be afraid to use open source just because yun na nai-improve kada minuto kasi marami nag-a-add ng ano, di ba? To the code.
Talking about Wazoo, and then there was somebody else here kanina, an extrovert who sees cybersecurity selling classes, right? So, ang advice ko to that extrovert who learn cybersecurity to teach classes to the LGUs, have classes, magkano ba? 10,000 pesos per day?
Training. Doon na putik mo ibababa.
What is the suggested, for example, for training Wazoo or training to use cybersecurity, how much will each person be charged per day? 10,000 pesos?
Okay, dito yan na. I
How
was
do you
talking
calculate?
about the person lecturing. Do not lecture to more than 20 people at 20,000. At 10,000. Grabe talaga.
So how much?
Pag ako mentor din, malaki kita.
So how much would that person charge for cybersecurity
people. Kasi manageable size ko din.
per day?
Per day.
So 10,000 times 20.
20 days?
No, 20 people.
No, 20 people at 10,000.
So if it's a 5-day course, that's 50,000 for 20 people. Ano yun? That's a bit cheap.
O, tignan niyo yan, Chip.
That's a bit, that's 10,000 for 20 people per day. That's the basic. What is phishing? What is an OTP?
Ayun yan.
Yung mga basic.
Sabi ko, para naman may premium kayo na hanapin kay Profit. Incident response.
No, if you're going to sell services, let's say you're going to sell services on how to configure PFSense,
Yeah.
how to configure stored OpenVPN on a PFSense for your internal network per site, you should be charging at least 10,000 pesos per day.
Per day.
Digital forensics, you sell per day 50,000 per day per person. Pero your courseware should be good enough to put people in jail. That when you give an opinion, it will be good to stand up in court. Ganon katindi yung digital forensics because in digital forensics, you put people's life and liberty at stake. Kulong sila. Kung nagkamali ka, so ganon kalaki yung stakes. Kung magtuturo ka ng klase on how to use these tools, 50,000 per day, per person. So, ang makukuha mo siguro dati 5 lang. Pero that's fine, it's more manageable. Pero kung tuturo ka ng PFSense, how to configure PFSense, how to configure PNDocker Snort in one box to protect a network easily, 10,000 pesos per day. Pero kung what is phishing? What is Facebook? What is Google? Yun, 10,000 per entire week. And that happens sa mga, sometimes that happens. Pero don't go for those low value training courses if you want to teach. Of course, you use cybersecurity. Already you guys are a few levels higher than everybody else. And you're still in college. And you have access to resources that nobody else has. Halo-halo din yung skills ninyo. So, dapat, yung binibenta yung courses, commensurate. Yun. Ilan ba lawyer sa Pilipinas?
Ay, konti lang.
May 100,000?
More.
200,000? Okay. Now, let's say, digital forensics basics. Right? What is a hard disk? What is a Word document? What is a Windows registry? What is an access lock? You sell let's say 5,000 pesos per lawyer per day. Times, magkano yun? 5,000 pesos per day. Times, sabihin natin 100,000 lawyers. Magkano? Wala ba may calculator dyan? 5,000 pesos per day multiplied by 100,000 lawyers. Times 2 kasi dalawang araw. Meron kayo dapat hands-on exercises.
Certificate pa.
Oh, and that's just training. Yun nga lang, okay yung training yan for extroverts.
There's only
80,000.
80,000.
Sabi mo 50,000 lawyers mati-train mo. That's the size of the market total. So,
Sa 80,000, 40,000 lang daw ang buhay.
okay. So let's say 10,000 lawyers. 10,000 lawyers times 5,000 pesos per day. 50 million. Do you know that lawyers are required to the MCLE, the mandated continuing legal education, or the MCLE? Every year they have to pass a number of units, a number of hours para magano. And then digital forensics magturo kayo 5,000 pesos per day times 10,000.
Diba?
Yeah. Pero teaching is not for introverts like me. It's very tiring. Teaching is great for extroverts. Huh?
Ano yung digital version na micro learning?
No, I'm just acknowledging the fact that some of them are introverts.
Yes.
One of them is an INTJ like me. Then the others are EE. Sino rito ang extroverts? Isa lang?
Kayo
Dalawa.
Kaya man na extrovert dyan. O yun, taas mo yung kamay mo ah.
Yeah.
Percent dito ito. Yeah.
So, going back to your Moodle. So you're going to teach, right? Then you use Moodle. Build your lesson plans.
Pati Google, may sarili din sa learning. Pwede rin. Actually, I like the Google.
But Moodle can be self-hosted.
Ito nga pala tan. You have to use Google.
You do not need internet. Okay, I hope I answered the question.
Okay, ganito yan ha. Guys, can I have the front people stand beside Mr. Lagi para ano tayo yung may manageable yung size ng faces dun sa picture. Kayong makita na sobrang liit dun kung makita yung faces. Nilalagyan ko ng names. Can I have the front group stand beside Mr.
Oh, we're done for today.
Yeah.
It's 2:20.
I will zip file you everything from the work of setup, dapat naman, yung mga templates na kailangan mo. At kung ano yung compliance ng government para alam sa lahat yan. Pag budget ano na, creation, tawagin nyo. Yung front row, lahat, tumandang sa yung front row muna.
Hello. Ikaw, what do you want to do?
Sampo. If you advance, kapila.
Well, since you don't know where to go, any first step is fine.
Can somebody help me?
For experience.
Right? I'm going there.
Guys.
Okay na
Iyan na natin.
Alala mo,
Ito tayo cheers ala.
alam mo na one of them kasi. Then,
Parang
Yan, stop. Gusto na.
Diyan po kami magkakasya?
O, pwede yun. Tapos next. Big set tayo. Noli, sama ka? Noli. Representative Haifa. Representative of Haifa si Noli. Maliit naman ako. Noli. Teka. Mag-split tayo.
Stuff that.
10.
Show them one by one.
Saan ka?
Split po.
So, if you it's not just high ka Monday to Friday, wala na nangyayari.
Masyado magka.
Your self-responsible. Then, kung magbukas na lang, okay, that's it. I think the mga nila part of partner, sorry. Look na it's hindi lang siya na.
Bilis na, halika na, una nga tayo. Halika na.
Sa laptop. Minsan lang, open ka ng bagong browser, open ka ng private.
Kasi naman, ano,
Picture list.
Diyan po
Mag-picture
hindi, doon sa picture. Teka, sandali.
May sila yung para ayan.
Teka, Carl, halika na. Dalawa pang babae kulang po. Umupo ka na. Pang babae. Bakit? Ilapit mo ng konti.
Tara.
Isa pang girl. Ako ka pala. Halika. Again. Tapos next time. Hindi ang babae. Ano gusto mong gawin ko? Tapos galing ko.
responsibility. Hirap manage time.
Okay, guys. Noli, ba't nandiyan ka? Kanina pa kita tinatawag. Balik. Kasi Noli yung representative sa ano mo. Baka hindi ka na yung mga...
That's true. I also invented this. It's for Wi-Fi.
Hi.
It's Spock. It's Spock,
Folded spot.
but it's a letter B actually. And I just made it up.
Okay.
Okay, this is from Slack. Okay, that's my
Upo, girl, upo.
official sign language.
Upo, isa.
Your finger dyslexic, it's okay. You can do it. It's Binil Hi-Fi.
Okay, next group. Sige na. Oh, Yuri. Sige na. Yung mga wala ba?
Para pwede kayong tumambay dito, mag-check-in kayo sa page kasi like nyo kami. And I will introduce you to the interns and the rest of the team so you can stay and
Okay, next week Monday, yung mga kailangan ng mag-submit ng compliances, I'll be here. Okay, I'll be here. Sabi ko, dobre mo pa na.
It's nothing here. Well, dito ka na. Dito ka na. Val, dito ka pa. Val, very loud na yan.
Girl! Dalawa pang girl.
Babae ba yan?
One girl here.
Ayan na kasi.
Bisa lang, isa pa. Vincent!
Guys, ang shouted niyo, urong-urong kayo.
Abot na isa pang chair. Yan.
Ay, siyuhan yung nagkita.
Puro.
Ay, di ba nasiyuhan yung
Tapit.
Ay, siyuhan!
Girl.
Sorry, wala akong glasses here.
Marian,
Marian, siyuhan.
talaga, Yoki. O ano?
Wala akong glasses, may reason ako.
Teka, sandali, meron pang sumasali. Upo po yun. Girl, please. Girl.
Oh, JC! Nadagdag ko sa speaker.
Takpan mo yung mga boys sa likod.
Maliit lang po.
Next.
Maliit lang ba yun?
Okay, isang class photo tapos yung Binil Hi-Fi. Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Silence. Okay na yung class photo.
Opo.
O, biniyag high five naman. Letter D, high five.
In fairness, titignan ko itong picture.
Yes.
Sino kaya mo criminal? Hindi ko kaya.
One.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Hindi to kay Miss. Papadala ko lahat.
In fairness, tignan ko ang picture niya.
Sabi ko everything yan.
Uy, sandali! Yung mga baso, ilagay lahat doon, please. Utang na loob lahat. Tulong-tulong.
Thank you.